Hello everyone, today I'll be doing the Introduction to Computer Programming sample questions with you, which is the C++ language, and I advise you guys to stop the video at every question and try to do it by yourself. Before you see the solution, I will try to provide a detailed solution, so it could be a review for you before the exam. So let's start by question 1. So as we can see, question 1 is basically a code. It's actually more than one part. It's some codes, and we need to find its output. So for the first part, we have a swap function which is void, and we have and this swap function have 2 parameters, and also it have this implementation that will swap any 2 numbers that we pass through these parameters. We have the integer main, which is our main function that all the programs will start from it, no matter how much functions we have. So we have at the first 2 integer variables, which is a and b, and we have initialized them with 2 and 5. So at this point, we will call the function swap, and we will swap a and b, which is 2 and 5, and here the 2 will be x and the 5 will be y. And let's see how the implementation is going on. So first we will have t, which is temp, and it will be equal to x. X, we said, is 2. And then we will have x equals to y. Y, we said it's 5, so x is equal to 5. And then we have y equals to temp, temp is equal to 2. Okay? And then after this call happened, we finished it, and we finished this before that. And then we have the cout a and b. So maybe some of you will say that the cout statement will print a and b as 5 and 2, but actually that's not true. Why? Because this cout is inside the integer main, not the swap. And the integer main will not save the new variables, the new values for the variables a and b. So it will keep the same numbers 2 and 5. So it will print basically 2 and 5. So this implementation will happen. It's not going to be deleted or something. It will happen and everything will be fine. But this cout, because it is inside the integer main, and the integer main will not save the void function variables or after the change that happened to them. So it will not save it, and it will take the old values for the variable a and b. Now let's go to the second question, which is the same code, but there is only one difference. I advise you to pause the video and try to catch this difference. So the difference is AND operator. As we can see, there is an AND operator before the X. So what does this AND operator do? It will basically solve the problem that we saw previously in the previous part of question A. It will save the value after calling the function inside the integer main. So basically, this implementation is the same as we saw before. So it's going to be at the end 5 equals to x equals to 5, and y is equal to 2. But we see only one AND operator before the x, and there is no AND operator before the y, which means that the y will not save its value after calling the function, and it will be printed as the old one, which is 5. But the x will save its new value after calling the function swap, so it will print this one, while y will print this one, so it's 5, 5. Okay, now question 3. As we can see, we have declaration and initialization for the I, which is equal to 1. We have integer sign, which is equal to -1. Okay, and then we have a for loop. For loop that execute 4 times, okay, from 1 to 4. And we have also the I++, which is important for the loop to be executed. And we have the cout sign multiplied by I, and we have sign equals minus sign. Okay, so we need to start from 1. This is just representing the times that the loop is looping. And I'll start. We know that the I at the first is 1, and the sign is minus 1. So we will start. We will say cout sign multiplied by I. Sign is minus 1. Okay. And it is multiplied by 1, which will give me minus 1. And this is a cout statement, so it's going to be printed. Like it will not update or something, it will just print it. And then we have sign equals minus sign. So we said that the sign before it was minus 1. So minus 1 or minus 1 is equal to 1. So now sign is 1. Now we will go again for the for loop, and we will do the same implementation. So cout sign multiplied by I. So sign, we said this time it's 1, and multiplied by I because previously we said that I++ at every time. So I now is 2 multiplied by 1, which is the sign. This is sign and this is I. So we will have 2. Now we finish that. Now we go to the third time. Now the sign will be also different. After the cout, the sign also will be different. The sign is now minus sign. So we said sign was 1. Last time we said that sign is 1. Okay, so 1. Okay, so it will be minus 1. So minus 1 is minus 1. So now we will multiply it here in this. We will multiply it by I. I this time is 3. So multiplied by minus 1 is equal to minus 3. Now the fourth time, now we can see the pattern. So the sign will be now 1, and it will be 4 multiplied by 1, which is equal to what? To 4. So we have the cout statement is printing for me is minus 1, 2, minus 3, and 4. So let's put that. So it's, we said minus 1, 2, and minus 3, and 4. Okay. Okay, now let's do question 4. In this question we have nested for loops, and for this loop to go from I1 or I equals to 1, we need to finish j equals to 1 and j equals to 2. Okay, so j and j++. So every time I want to go to the second pass of the outer for loop, then I need to finish all the iterations in the inner loop. So we will start by I as 1. So I is equal to 1. We will put that in a small box just to remind ourselves that we need to start I equals 1 as it states here, and we need to finish j equals 1 and j++, which is 2, in order to go to the I++. Okay, so we have here the cout statement, which says that I plus j. So when the I is 1, firstly the j will be 1. So I, which is 1, plus j, which is 1 also, and it's going to be 2. And now we have we still have I as 1 and j as 2 because we said j plus plus after we finished the j equals to 1. Okay, so now it will be 2, which is the j, plus 1, which is the I, which is going to be equal to 3. So now we have 2 and 3 as an output, but we didn't finish yet. Okay, so we finished j and j plus plus, which means that we finished the for loop, the inner for loop for the first iteration of the outer for loop. Now we will go to the second I, or the I plus plus. Okay, we will start the same. We will go through the same steps, which is j and j plus plus, which is j1 and j2. Okay, so now, as we said, I is equal to 2, so and j is equal to 1, so 1, which is j, plus 2, which is I, equals to 3. We finished that, so now j plus plus, which is 2, it's going to be I, which is 2, plus 2, and this is j, equals to 4. Now, I plus plus, which is 3, okay, and j equals 1, and j equals 2. So we need to finish this one first. So I3 plus j, which is 1, equals to 4, and j plus plus, which is 2, plus the I, which is 3, equals 5. So now we just need to check what we have as an output. So we have 2, okay, 3, okay, and we have also another 3, we have 4, we have another 4, and finally we have 5. Which answer is that? It's going to be 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. It's going to be C. Okay. Now for question 5, we have two integer variables, I and random. So the I is going to be used inside the for loop, which will run 3 times. And we have inside this function an assignment for the random variable to the rand function modulus 6 plus 4. So what does this rand modulus 6 means? This means that the function will have a boundary to choose the numbers from 0 to 6, okay? And this plus 4 is any number chosen between from 0 to 6, then it will be plus 4, okay? So which of these choices does make sense that it was a number between 0 and 6 and then it is plus 4? So let's see one by one. So 4 minus 4, okay, it's going to be 0. So it is a number between 0 and 6 that is also plus 4. And then we have 3. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. So it's not inside the boundary. So we don't need to complete. 1 and 2 and 3, it doesn't make sense. So we will just skip it. And then we have 5, 8, 7. So 5 minus 4 is 1. So it is inside the boundary, yes. 8 minus 4 is 4. So it is inside the boundary. 7 minus 4 is 3. So it is inside the boundary. So this answer is the right one. Now we will do question 6. So we have in question 6 two void functions that have the same name. So this is actually not a problem, okay? Because they have different parameters, different data type of parameters. This is integer A, integer B, and the other f is double x, double y. So it's fine at this point. It's not an error, it's not something, it's going to execute successfully. Now, we go to the integer main firstly before anything else. And we have in the integer main an integer variables a and b. Okay, the a is 2.0 and the b is 5.0. Well, now we have the variables declared as integers and they are initialized as double 0.0 and 0.0. So, and then the function is called. So which function will be executed? Is it this function which has the double parameters, or it is this function which has the integer parameters? So the two variables are declared as integers as we said, and they are initialized as doubled. But the function that will execute is this one. The function that has two integer parameters. So what will happen? Basically, here the program will convert these two numbers, let's say automatically, to an integer numbers. Okay, because they are declared as integers, so even though they are written like that, they will convert at the end to an integer numbers, which will make it 2 and 5. The program will not look to these zeros and points. Okay, and the function is called, it's going to be this one, and this execution will happen, which is 5 multiplied by 2, and that will make it 10. So see. Now we will do question 7. It is kind of the same idea of the previous question, which is question 6, but this time it is, I can say, more easier. So we have in the integer main, we have a and b, two integer variables, which are 2 and 5. Okay, and then a function is called, and it have, as we can see, 3 parameters, a, b, and 0. Okay, now we will go and look which function has 3 parameters. We don't care about the type because all of them are integer. So we will not look at the type this time. We will focus on the number of parameters. Okay, so as we can see, it is obvious that this function is the one that we will execute because it have 3 parameters, integer parameters. So this is basically 2 and 5, and we have 0. So this cout is going to give us x, which is 2, plus 5, plus 0, which is 7. So C. Now let's do question 8. So firstly we have integer a equals 5, and this is global variable. It is initialized and declared outside the integer main. And then we have in the integer main another a, another variable that is declared and initialized inside the integer main. Okay, and then we have the f calling. The f actually is the function that doesn't have any parameters, so we are not passing any parameters here, and we are calling it and then couting the a. So first of all, the void f will cout the a, which is this one, while the integer main will cout the a, which is this one. So it will be at the first, because we called the function f before couting a, it will be 5 and then 2. So C. Now we will start this question that is all about the strings. So a string basically is the array that has a data type of character. So this kind of array is called string, and it is a sequence of characters. So this kind of array have some functions. So for example, this string copy. So this function is called string copy, and it's basically going to take the content of the second string and put it in the first string. So as we can see here in the code, the string copy was done twice, but that will not affect the cout. Here we have the second string is world, and the first one is hello. So I'm taking this content, I'm putting it inside the first one. So the cout s1 will be basically world. Now for the second question, we will have two functions for the strings. We have string copy as we saw here, and we have the string concatenate. So this function, as we said, it will take the content of s2 and put it in s1, while this function will concatenate s1 with s2 and store it in s1. And then we need to cout the s1. So firstly, s1 will be world. Due to what? Due to the string copy function. And then we will have, due to the second function, it will be world, which is s1, and it will concatenate it with the s2, which is also world. So basically, and then we need to cout the s1, which is going to be this one. Now we will do this question 4. So basically we have a array A, and we need to fill another array, which is array B, using array A and this piece of code. Okay, and first thing to do is putting the indexes for the array 0, 1, 2, 3. So we know that the array always starts from 0, its index. So now we need to start from I equals 0. So firstly we have I equals 0. We will put that in a small box. And we will ask, is 0 larger than 3? No, it is not. So we will go for the else part. We will say b of 0 is equal to a of 0 minus 1. So what is a of 0? The element of a is 0 is 4. So it is 4 minus 1, it is 3. 4 and then minus 1, it is 3. Okay. Then we will have I plus plus I equals 1. So b of index 1 is equal to a 1 minus 1. So the I, which is 1, it's not larger than 3, so we will go also for the else part, and then we will execute this line, and a of 1 is 2. Sorry, it is 15. So 15 minus 1 is 14. Okay, so now I is equal to 2, I plus plus, it's b 2 equals a 2 minus 1. So a2, now it is 1. 1 minus 1, it's 0. Now I plus plus, I equals 3. Okay, b of 3 is equal to a of 3 minus 1. So a of 3 is 12. 12 minus 1, it is 11. Now we will have I plus plus, which is 4, and let me just fill array B with these values that we have. So 3, 14, 0, and 11. Let me delete that to have more space. Now we will continue. So as we said, I plus plus, which is 4, and 4 is larger than 3, then this line will be executed. So B4 is equal to A4 multiplied by A4. So A4 is 3. So 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. So here it is 9. Now I plus plus, which is I equals to 5, it's going to be also, which is because it's larger than 3, so directly it's B5 equals A5, which is 4. 4 multiplied by 4 is 16. Now I plus plus, which is I is equal to 6. B6 is equal to A6, which is 3, multiplied by 3, and that's equal to 9. So for this question, question 5, we need to write a program or the C++ code from the scratch. So let's read it. First, we need to display a menu for 3 currencies. Okay, let the user select a first currency, let the user select a second currency, let the user input the amount of the first currency to be converted, and display the conversion to the second currency. And we have here all the information we need to know for this program. Now, an important information to know, we need for this program 3 functions. One from AED to any of the other currencies, and one for the USD to any other currencies, and the third one is for the euro to convert from the euro to any other currency. So, and also we will need 3 variables. The choice, number 1, which is choosing from which currency to convert, and then we need the amount, which is going to be double, and then we need the choice 2 to know the second currency to be converted. So these all the informations we need. This question I will do it by the Visual Studio. So hello in my Visual Studio. As you can see, I've deleted everything and we will start from the scratch together. The first step is including all the libraries I need. In this program, I will just include iStream, and then using namespace std, and then I need my integer main. Okay, and then I'll need my 3 functions. I'll make them void because I will not need from them anything to return to the main, so I'll make them void AED, and then its parameters void USD. Okay, and then void euro. Okay, now I'll start everything in my main. So as we said, we need an integer choice 1. Okay, I'll initialize it with 0. And okay, let's do everything from the start in the main, but then the amount and the choice 2 will be inside these functions. So I'll say cout, and now we need the menu, so it's going to be 1 so choice 1 will be AED, then 2 is USD. Let me make a space here just to make it and then 3, which is going to be euro, and then enter. The second C out is going to say what? Enter your choice. Okay, and then enter. And then the CN for choice 1. Okay, and then we will have if statement. Okay, so if choice 1 equals 1, then we will call which function? We will call the first function, which is AED, and then else if choice 1 equals 2, then we will call the second function, else if choice 1 equals 3, then we will call the third function, which is euro. Okay, and then we will add else. Let's say C out invalid input. Okay, and then enter. So actually this part is not required in the question, but it's good to put it. Okay, so as you can see, we have finished here. So basically what will this do? The user will read this menu, and then it will say enter your choice from these 3 currencies, and then the user will choose one of them. Okay, after that, this if statement, if else statement, it will see if the choice of the user is equal to 1, then it will call the first function, which is, let's say it's the first currency. Okay, and then the second function is called if the choice is 2, and the same for the third one. Now inside these functions, what will happen? We will do a declaration and initialization for 2 variables. Remember, we said that we will have 3 variables: choice 1, choice 2, and the amount. So integer choice 2 equals 0 is inside these functions. I've chosen to put them here because it will make it easier for me. You can also do another implementation, which is declaration and initialization of these variables inside the main, and then pass them in the function parameters. But I will make it kind of easier for you to understand, and then I believe that if you understood the idea, the basic idea, then it will be easier for you to change the code as you like and to do whatever you want. So just, I want you guys to understand the basic idea of this question, which is the question wants from you to see the functions, or your ability to declare and to implement a function. So let's continue. So we have integer choice 2 equals 0, and we will have double amount 0.0. Okay, so why did I make the amount is double? Because, you know, the money is double. We can have like 10 dirhams and some cents. So yeah, it's not integers. Okay, now we will have also the same menu, okay, and the same CN, but this time is for the choice 2. So this is the same menu. I'm not gonna change anything in it, and also the second C out, but this time I will change the choice. Okay, so the user here will choose the second currency. Okay, and then we will have also the same if else statement, but this time also I'm gonna make some changes in the choice. I'll make it choice 2. Okay, so as you can see here, the program is going to tell you that this is not right. You need to change choice 1 to choice 2 because it doesn't have any declaration inside this function. Okay, now I'm not gonna also call the functions here because this is not right. I'm going to do what? I'm going to do the math thing. So I will change now. The conversion will happen here. So now what will happen? Basically, the function AED is going to change any not any, but every AED to any other currency. So if we said the first if statement, if we said that the choice 2 is 1 and we already in the function, in the first function, then basically the user want to change from AED to AED, and that will actually return the same amount. So I will say C out amount and then enter. Okay, now the user want to change here here in this choice 2 equals 2, the user wants to change from AED to what? To USD. So in the question, it gave us all the information that we need for the conversion. So we know that 1 AED is equal to how much USD? It's 0.27 USD. So it will be C out, okay? It will be the amount multiplied by 0.27 and then enter. Okay, I hope you got the idea. And then here in the third part, else if part here, choice 2 equals 3, then we will change from AED or convert from AED to euro. So we know that 1 AED is equal to 0.25 euro. So we will say C out, okay, amount multiplied by, oh, I think I forgot an important step. Now we will do it. 0.25. Okay, so the important step I forgot, maybe some of you already noticed that I didn't do the CN for the amount, and that will make the program just print 0. So that's not right. Now we will make it right. So enter your amount and CN for the amount. Yes, now it's right. Now the user will enter the amount that he or she wants to convert, and we will use it here. So as you can see, now we are done with this function. Okay, it will convert from AED to AED, which is the same amount. It will convert from AED to USD. Yes, it's USD, the second currency, and it is going to be the amount multiplied by 0.27, and then to euro, which is the amount multiplied by 0.25. Okay, and then if there is anything else that, for example, the user entered 4, we don't have a fourth choice, so it's going to say invalid input. Okay, so we need actually to do the same steps for every function. Okay, so no need to write again, but actually you guys going to have the exam, written exam, so you need to write by your hands. So actually that's not a problem, you know, if you understood the basics or the general question, then it will be easy, inshallah. You just need to at the first organize everything and organize your ideas, then everything will be fine. Okay, so as you can see, we will have also the integer choice 2 equals to 0 and double amount equals to 0.0. I will keep that. Also the menu and integer choice and CN choice 2, I will keep it. Also the amount C out and CN, I will keep it. But this time I will change what? I will change these. The things or the C outs that inside the if else statement. Now, here in the first choice, or in the first choice, so basically the user will here choose to convert from USD to AED. So we cannot just keep the amount as it is, we need to multiply it by the amount that is giving to us in the, or the rates, the conversion rates that is giving to us in the question. So we know that 1 USD is equal to 3.67 AED, so multiplied by 3.67 AED. Okay, and then the USD is going to be converted to also USD, so we don't need this, we will just print the same amount. And then here 1 USD is equal to how much euro? So 1 USD is equal to 0.93 euro, so here we will change it to 0.93. let me check if everything is fine. Yes, and we said 1 USD is equal to, yes, 0.93 euro. Okay, now we are done with this function. We will take this implementation and do it for the last one, and then we will see if our program is fine. So we will do the same steps. So the user will change from euro to any other currency, so we will go here and change here. So 1 euro is equal to how much AED? 1 euro is equal to 3.94. It's multiplied by 3.94 AED. Okay, so 1 euro is equal to 3.94 AED. So the amount it will be multiplied by this number in order to convert it. And then we have this amount. So here euro is going to be converted to what? To USD. So 1 euro is equal to 1.07 USD. Okay, and here, as we said, it's from euro to euro, so it's going to be the same amount. Okay, let me check if everything is fine generally. Okay, now the real test is going to be by running our program. Okay, so as I said, now we will do small test for our program. I will convert from euro to USD, okay, to a dollar. So euro is 3, and then the USD is 2, okay, and then the amount, I'll say 45.0. So it's 48.15, and on Google it's 48.02. So these small differences after the point is due to the conversion rates, and that's fine. As I said, it's given by the question, so I don't need to be that much precise. The question just want to test my ability to define the functions and to use them, so it's fine. That's not going to cause an issue for us. Okay, that's another one. Let's convert from AED to, let's say, euro with the same amount. So, okay, we said from AED, which is choice 1, to euro, which is choice 3, and the amount is 45.0. So it's 11.25, and on Google it's 11.48. So we can say that the program is successfully doing its job and doing its aim. And I hope this review was helpful and interesting for you. I will advise you guys to practice a lot and to write a lot of codes that will let you let's say understand the idea of every function and every piece of code, and that will help you in the exam. I will also advise you to practice a lot by writing the codes by your hand, so you will be able to write your codes in your exam successfully and rightly, and you have like the full vision, and you will not need any help from the program, let's say, to let you know what is the errors. You will be the one that detect your errors by yourself. And this was Asma Aldhaibani. Thank you so much.